Yo, what's up? What's up? This is going to be another video in the pick and roll series talking about how to manually ice a screen. Um, there is a setting to do this to make your team do this automatically, which we'll cover at a different time, but I want to show you how to manually do it so that you have full control over everything that's happening. Now, first off, icing the screen is I like to do it mostly on the sidelines, not in the middle of the court, but a lot of teams do this in college basketball too. You're pretty much putting yourself in between the ball handler and the screen, and you're denying them the middle of the court. You're forcing them to the sideline, which is going to make them deny the screen and open up something else, but it's going to play into your hands. And usually on the back end, your help side defense is sliding towards the middle to force skip passes, and they're not letting the ball get dumped into the middle for any kind of pick and roll situation. So icing the screen. Let's talk about how that's going to look and how you can make sure the player you're going up against is not going to just keep running around screens over and over. And once again, make sure you're doing this on the sidelines. We're going to talk about why. Let's go. All right. So as he brings the brawl up with Kyrie, he calls a screen. Sean Kemp is coming to my left side. And I like to ice the screen when it's overloaded on this side a lot. I don't want to let him get to the middle of the floor where there's a lot of room for him to work. And that's where he wants to go. So notice I jump to the screen side and I place myself in an area where he cannot go through me. So he literally has to go the other way unless he really wants to run backwards. People kind of hate when you do this because they really want to go around the screen. But you have to be very careful with setting yourself up in the right position. You don't want to jump it too early. But once you're in this spot, you are in a great position. And you want to stay right in between the screen and your man. And you can press up a little bit closer to your man too, so you have a little bit more body contact, which I'll show you guys soon. But my goal is to make him go right. Now, I don't want to let him shoot a three. So as he starts to go right, I need to be close enough to be I can still use the right stick to get my hand up on a three-point attempt. And you know that they like to shoot fades, so you have to stay close enough to where they can't shoot the fade. But you make him deny the screen. Anthony Davis is in auto, but he chose the little soft hedge right there. If he pops back out to Kemp, I'm not really worried about it. I can still defend and get back with AD. So now we're forcing him into a situation where he's in here. Now, this is a good shot, but 90% of the people you play against are not going to want to take this running shot or running fade. They're not going to take this shot. Sometimes they will, and then you can adjust after that. But we're making him go into 4 different defenders. I could have switched to Julius Randle if I really wanted to. I could have also switched to J.R. Smith to pinch over, but for this video, I did not do that. It will be very smart to switch to J.R. Smith to make him kick it out, but you don't want to give up threes anyway. So as he goes inside, now we got Julius Randle, Anthony Davis that can block layups. He forces up a bad shot and is not able to convert, so we get a stop, and we're already up like 10 or something in this game. This time he has Anthony Edwards. He's calling the screen. One more time, I have Mitch Richmond defending. I see Giannis coming with the screen. Notice how quick I make the jump. I make the jump before the screen comes because I know I want him to go the other way. I want to force him because this side is overloaded. I don't want him to go middle. If he goes middle, if he goes left, he has a bunch of real estate to work to get an open shot, a lot of room. I want to use the sideline and my other defenders to help. So as I make him go right, now I'm holding LT and pushing the right stick towards him to put some pressure there so that I'm getting some bumps so that he has to go the other way. He starts to go that way. I stay close so that he can't get a fade. Once again, you can switch to Steve Francis and pinch over a little bit in this spot. Julius Randle is playing drop coverage on Giannis. Now, if this is a popper like Jabari Smith Jr., you really want to watch the quick pop so that you want to be able to get back out to that. So be ready to R1 in triangle or R1 and L2 and get your hand up in case they're going to pop out. But we force him inside once again. 4 defenders around him. This time he chooses to not even try to go up because we have too many players there. He can't do anything with it. And now we get him to pass the ball out and he has to restart his offense with Giannis controlling the ball with 8 seconds left. So we're in a great position to get a stop. All because we chose to ice the screen. So once again, screen starts to come. I see it. You have to know what it looks like when they're coming for the screen. As soon as you see the center or the power forward running over to you, you have to get on ball and switch and get yourself into that ice situation if you want to ice the screen. And again, I do this when we're on the sidelines. If you're more towards the middle of the court, you don't really want to ice the screen because they can go either way. and then they can get an open shot. You want to ice screens when they're on the sideline so that you can force them to the sideline and don't give them the middle of the court. And this is a perfect ice situation. We're taking away the middle of the floor and making him play on the strong side of the court. And we got a bunch of weak side help. Watch the pop, hedge, and pinch over if you need to with your other defenders. We're in gap coverage, so we have a bunch of people in the paint, and he's not able to get anything. So let me know if y'all have any questions about icing the screen. There's many different ways you can do it, but that's the way I really like to do it, especially on the sideline. I don't do it very much if I'm in the middle of the court because you can run into a lot of issues with that. Let me know what y'all think, man.